This is Chris Wondolowski for the San Jose Earthquakes. You're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Okay, we're joined by goalkeeper William Yarbrough, who earned a clean sheet tonight against Chicago Fire FC. We'll start with questions live here in the audience. Start first with Abram Redia.
Hey, Will, how you doing?
Good, how are you, man?
I wanted to know, you guys got like a second chance after that goal was called back for offsides. But even then, after that, the other team kept pushing, kept trying to find the equalizer. How do you avoid panic in those situations and keep calm to, win yourself the game and the clean sheet?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. We got a bit lucky. I was able to get a peek at the VAR and tell he was just offsides. We got lucky, right? And after that, I think, like you say, it's just making sure. I think one of our biggest struggles is when the team gets stretched. When we're down in the score, and we're trying to push, trying to get an equalizer, the team gets stretched, and it's just an open game, And today I think that was key, where we were, a lot more compact, to where when guys are covering, the cover's right there, and it gives guys that confidence to step into things, to be a little more aggressive. We needed this clean sheet, so we knew it wasn't going to be pretty. And a lot of times it just comes down to how bad you want it. And I think today, we showed that we were going to do anything it took to get the clean sheet.
And did you think that the new formation with the 5 or 3 in the back, depending how you look at it, was conducive to helping you guys get the result?
Yeah, it's, playing with a back 5 is a little tricky, because, a lot of people think it's, you're just playing a defensive formation. And it's not the case. It does, especially with the way things are now, I think it was an excellent formation. It gives us a little bit of that structure in the back. Always having, if one of the wing backs goes, you still always have those 4 in the back, so you're a little more compact, where when you're shifting, the distances aren't as far, and it's harder for teams to play between us, right? But it's all 10 guys, all 11, including myself, staying compact, making things tough for the other teams. And I think we felt a little more comfortable, in that back 5, knowing that we were going to be a lot more compact, and the distances that we're going to have to travel when we shift were going to be shorter. And I think guys felt a little more comfortable.
Yep. Go ahead, Brian.
I hate to make you a spokesman for the whole team, but you're the one that came in here, so here you go. If you pay attention to what the Ultras have been saying, like in their social media and stuff like that, they're a little unhappy with the way the season's going so far. And there's been a lot of questions about, in signs today about, football means more to us than you. I don't think that's the case, but can you explain to us what football does mean to you and your teammates, about the fans, each other, and playing for the city?
And all that's I love this topic, and I love that you bring it up, because I can mostly speak for myself. I talk to guys in the locker room, and I know they're just as frustrated as I am, and I would be surprised if our fans weren't frustrated. We've had a very poor season. We can't hide away from that. What it means to me, it's my life. I started playing when I was 5 years old, and I've dedicated 100% of myself to this sport every day. Every day. I left home when I was 15 years old, moved away from the comfort of my home, sacrificed birthdays, Christmases, family members' weddings. I have a brother getting married next weekend. I'm playing, and it means everything to me. One thing that I've always had in the back of my mind, is I take into consideration everything that the fans feel, because we're a team, and it's not just the players in the locker room, it's not just the staff that comes into the building. It's a society, it's everyone. And when you're not delivering, it's frustrating, man. It's very frustrating. I know they spend a lot of money to come watch us, and we haven't been our sharpest. And so getting little victories like today, they're happy for today, and so are we. But we have another game Saturday. All I can say, and I know I can speak for everyone in that locker room, is we, even though things aren't going the way we want them to, we're grinding, man. We're grinding. personally, this is my life, and until the day my body says no or otherwise, I mean, I'm going to give 100% of myself to the crest I represent, to the family name I wear on the back, and obviously to all the people that come and support us.
Michael?
All right, so there was a couple plays where you were out of position and they didn't capitalize on it. And then they had a couple shots that were like wide left of the post. So when you got that favorable call, the offsides, did you feel like, okay, this should be a game in our favor and it would be the coach's first win as the interim coach? So did you feel all that throughout the game?
There are a lot of emotions in a game, and you know, the 2 plays you're speaking about me personally, it's poor execution. You know, positioning, I feel I'm in a great spot. The first ball over Tanner, I'm good. Misjudge it. You know, it's an execution thing. Second one, too confident. You know, we play short, then we can break lines. I try to cut back. It's something I've done. I don't know why I do it. They say keepers are crazy. I tried it, didn't work. And, you know, it's a good learning lesson for me. And there's, you know, I played in Mexico most of my career for 9 years. And there's a saying in Mexico that says, you know, keeper without luck isn't a keeper. And today that luck was on my side, you know. Those 2 plays, we get a goal called back. You know, it's a very tight one. I've seen the replay already. I got to give credit to Roger, my back line too, because we're high just enough to where it's offside, you know. But to see luck fall in our favor tonight, it was definitely a good feeling, man.
William, you know, you can talk about Rodriguez's play. I mean, you know, he kind of bails you out when you misplay the kick, when you're trying to clear it out. And then it just seemed like, though, he took this match maybe a little more personally than, I don't know if everyone else did. I hate to make that assumption, but just the way he played, like, just talk about, like, how he was just there for you guys the entire 90 minutes.
Yeah, Raji's a class defender. I love having him on my team in that back line. You know, I love the confidence that he has to play out of the back. He loves taking risks, and I admire that, you know. And today he had an excellent performance. We're all frustrated, especially in the back, the amount of goals we've conceded, with the amount of losses, things not going our way. And so to see tonight that, you know, all the hard work we've been putting in paid off on a night like today, especially, you know, we're speaking specifically about Rodri, you know, it makes me so happy for the guy. You know, I know he's going to go home tonight, have a relaxed night, he's going to enjoy a day off tomorrow, and then he's going to come back Tuesday ready to go again, and we all have to. But Rodri's is a dude who I love having in the back line, and I love that no matter how things are going, I love the confidence that he shows to try to play his style regardless of what's going on.
And a quick follow-up, just how much does this feel to get that big weight off your shoulders to finally break that losing streak and get a win now?
Personally, the weight's still on my shoulders. You know, it's 1 win, it's 1 clean sheet, and, you know, we need to try to do something to change, you know, what we know we're capable of. It definitely helps, you know, when, like today, a clean sheet, you know, going into Kansas City next weekend, but, you know, that weight is still there because it's 1 win, and I want 2, I want 3, I want 4, I want 5 in a row. You know, I can't. I'll enjoy the night today for sure, but tomorrow, even though it's an off day, I'm looking at film right away, seeing what I can improve on, seeing, you know, certain things that I can discuss with teammates, and, you know, do everything I can to make it 2 in a row. And as for now, personally, I like that pressure. I like that weight on my shoulders. It's been a part of my entire career, and, you know, hopefully we can make it 2 in a row.
Casey?
Obviously, in a game like this, leading by 1 in the dying moments, you've been in that position before. Obviously, you guys have been in the unfortunate position of conceding late. What felt different, I guess, than those games where you have conceded late and either drawn or lost in this game specifically, as opposed to those? Was it a mental shift?
It's hard to explain, man. There are times where you can just feel it. There are times when you can just see the focus, the concentration, you know, the brotherhood. And when you're losing or you're tying and results aren't going your way and you're pushing, you can kind of go away from it a bit. You know, we had the lead, and to see the mindset that everyone brought to the table tonight, it's hard to explain, but it's just a feeling, man. You know, once they get the goal called back, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way they're scoring on us. There's no way. And it's just this weird feeling, and I know that, you know, guys feel it too, and it just creates this sense of awareness around you, what's happening, of that brotherhood, of whatever it takes. And you know, and clear example, Preston, the last play of the game, he could have tried going on goal, you know, trying to get one under his belt, and what he did was for the team. You know, he goes, takes it to the corner and tries to kill the clock, and those are little things that maybe we'd been lacking due to results, the way things were going, and it just shows that, you know, we have what it takes, and we just need to find that consistency.
Kevin, and then James, and then we'll go to questions in Spanish after.
William, congrats. On the topic of like execution, which you talked about earlier, you know, this team, before you entered the lineup, this team started with 4 Portuguese speakers in the back line. So how are you guys handling communication as a unit with the formation change and the new personnel coming in and out? Like, yeah, how are you guys handling that right now?
Great, man. I mean, I'm not fluent in Portuguese, but, you know, I know just enough to communicate with them. It's very similar to Spanish. And, you know, today I had Tanner and Muni, you know, as center backs, Rodri in the middle, and you just have to be very focused, you know, switching back and forth. Most communication with Rodri is in Spanish, and when he speaks to me in Portuguese, you know, I understand him, he understands me. And on the right side, you know, as a wingback, I had Benji, so I know that on that side it's English. I know on this side it's Spanish, and it's just constantly switching. And, you know, Rodri knows, you know, enough English to know soccer terms of certain things. Vitor is there too. You know, just the other day, Rodri came in and asked me, like, you know, when they say time, what does it mean? I was like, dude, you've been here for like 15 years, dude, you got to know that one by now. And, you know, and it just shows that now we're doing whatever it takes to be able to have that brotherhood and you know, that understanding on the pitch. And I'm fortunate enough to speak 2 different languages that help me massively in communicating with the back line.
All right, Jamin Moore, we'll go to you.
Hey, William, good to talk to you again. Tonight, you know, your back line only allowed 1 shot on goal on you. One person who feels like he's improving to me is Daniel Muni, getting opportunities, young player, but you know, a lot of these players coming out of the draft or homegrowns, sometimes on the defensive side, don't get those opportunities until they're older, if they get them at all. What can you say about Daniel Muni's improvement, his performance tonight, and, you know, how you think his future looks like in MLS? Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel's an excellent player. You know, I love that, you know, despite, you know, not being very experienced, he doesn't show it. You know, he's very smart on decision making is the biggest thing I've noticed from him. You know, he's calm when he needs to, and, you know, and the other guys who have experience or we have experience, it's up to us to kind of to help him, to protect him, because he has an excellent future. You know, you can see it today. He's playing balls that a lot of times you think, you know, someone with the amount of games he has played wouldn't be making, and, you know, he's playing those balls into the channels, you know, being precise with his decision making, being, you know, aggressive when he needs to, and his understanding of the game for the experience he has has surprised me in a very good way. And, you know, and especially it's, you know, not an ideal scenario with the way things are going now, but him putting in the performances he's putting in with the way the team is going, that's going to build his character, you know, drastically. It's going to help him going forward when he's going to know how to handle tough times. And I'm very excited for what's to come in his career, and us, the older guys, we just have to help him and make sure that he, you know, stays locked in and keeps doing things the way he's doing them so far.
Jim, do you have follow-up? Okay.
Yeah,
Go
what did
ahead.
it feel like to get Carlos Carrezzo back tonight? What did you feel about his performance? I think he looked more aggressive tonight. Maybe coming off of the type of performances he had to put in at Copa America was inspiration to him. But he looked more aggressive going after the ball tonight and making sure that a lot of the balls out in front were not easy to be able to take a shot on you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I think Grezzo put in a solid performance, and you have to admire. He just, the fact that he played tonight. He just got back, 2 days ago, and he plays today, and put in a strong performance. When you go to the national team and you come back, you always have that extra motivation, and I think the style of play he was playing with the national team, that aggressiveness, he brought it tonight, and he was a huge factor in like you said, only allowing one shot on target tonight, and I'm very happy for him for the way he did with the national team, but unfortunate for him to get knocked out, but I'm sure happy to have him back.
Hi, this is the voice of the San Jose Earthquakes, Ted Ramey, for Bay Area Sports Wrap. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.